Hello and welcome to the Energy Connect studio at Future Mobility Asia Exhibition and Summit 2024. I'm delighted to have sitting next to me in the studio Fedja Sehic, the Director of NETVIBES Asia at Dassault Systèmes. Fedja, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. And to start off, can you tell us how generative AI is transforming the landscape for the industry and creating new solutions and pathways?
Sure. So there are many different areas that this is playing a fact, the generative AI and AI in general. But I would like to concentrate on what Dassault does, specifically for that. And what that's doing actually is it's our ability to gather this historic data, because I think without the historic data and in this enormous amount of data, no AI would work because we wouldn't be able to build models. And then build these models that we have ability to create faster offshore platforms, make much more accurate predictions on the maintenance and of the platforms, for example, during the production of the offshore stuff. Also, another thing is what's happening is there's our ability for the general kind of OEMs to create faster response to what's going on in the usually their fields and their offshore and any kind of maintenance plans and so on. For example, we have a really big OEM from Texas that one of the things that they run maintenance on their plant, an offshore plant, and what happens is based on the historic data, they're able to run these generative AI models that will determine, say, with a certain percentage of success rate, we predict that 80%, you have 80% chance that this pump will fail at this specific location because of these parameters. And then what we'll do, it will push out that into the field, into the workflow to have it looked at and why and so on and so forth. So it's all about creating these data models based on the historical data. So
That's really interesting to hear, and especially driving up the efficiency of industries and companies. Now, can you talk to us specifically about NETVIBES and what does it do? How are you helping generate like net positive outcomes?
What we so NETVIBES in general, talking about NETVIBES in general is actually talking about the key features, which is a 3D experience platform. And that really is, and then also rolls into what we call a virtual twin. And by that, what I mean is, so the 3D experience platform, what it is, it's a platform that kind of connects your latest, greatest model of your product. Whether that's a plant, whether that's a car, whether that's even aerospace, airplane, whatever, even a whole company. So we get the data for that. So my previous case could be a plant or offshore plant, and then merges that with all the virtual data, all the real data combined. So data in ERP, CRM, data sitting outside, and then brings all that together into this one environment that provides a workflow and collaboration. So if you have that, so we at Dassault, for a long time we have controlled data data creation, data management. So if you have that, the next step logical is the data analytics and data aggregation. So what does NETVIBES bring? NETVIBES brings data analytics on that whole system. And then also it brings the data aggregation from outside data sources into the virtual twin to provide much more accurate view of the actual virtual twin. In this case, could be a plant. So.
No, just looping back to that, and how do you see virtual twins being a game changer for the industry?
Yeah, I think it's we are all moving towards that direction. Whether we like it or not, we're all going to get there. So it is because of just enormous amount of data in the industry, in pretty much in every company that's kind of just floating around. We need a way to actually see that data properly. Only way to see the data properly is to see it in context, and properly seeing it in context is actually properly seeing it in the virtual twin, which is the 3D or ontology representation of the product that you are trying to view. So I think it's all coming down to that, and I think whether it's Dassault doing it or somebody else, I think we're all as an industry moving very strongly towards the virtual twin. I think this is where we're going to end up being, and ultimately this is how we are going to be presenting the information and solving business use cases that we're doing. So.
That's an excellent point, and some of those technologies are on display here at Future Mobility
Correct.
Asia. This is being the first day, and so what are your thoughts on the show, and what are you looking forward to?
We enjoyed the show enormously. I think met quite a lot of interesting people, and I think learned a lot about some really interesting new things. And we're just looking forward to some very panels tomorrow about energy. I think smart grids and so on. I think they'll be very interesting too. So just to see what's going on.
And what is Dassault System showcasing here?
I think we're showcasing ultimately all of our solutions, which starts from the design and simulation into the management, data creation, and then falls into the virtual twin. So I think ultimately what we are obviously well known for the simulation and design, but what we want to really showcase is this ultimate virtual twin, ultimate data analysis, data analytics within context. So, yeah.
Fedja, thank you so much for coming to us, joining us in the studio, and for your superb insights.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and I'll be back with more studio interviews from Future Energy Asia. Stay tuned.